set to go as their Jets will match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
That's right. 59. Mike's 59. Let's get the ball. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Bell. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
59 Mike. Check.
Darnold from the gun. Letting one go deep for a noon one. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Carr. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to, but it's 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Avery Williamson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about it?
Now Brown, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
The Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
You're outside. 59. Mike's 59. Think you gonna get this, boys? You think you gonna get this?
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Right there. Hey, Haywood. 54 Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From the 17, Darnold hauled in by Anderson, left side. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
Side 54. Mike's 54. Switch up. Switch.
A first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Mike, we're going to stop. Red 80. I'm coming for you.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
We're going to sign. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. We got double up. Red 80. Check 3. Check 2. Red 80. Check your hot read. Back.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Check right 54. Right 54.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Copeland gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, foxtrot.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Monday, down. 180. Let's go, D.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Come on, D.
To throw again. Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Carr now to throw. Wilson snags it left side. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th. Carr gives it off to Washington. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Carr. And that's incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
59 is Mike. 59. No, 80. 59. No, 80. Check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Now, this Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series. And a little history lesson: back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win. And actually, coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi. So a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. Can imagine some saddened faces. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. This time. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Switch.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Express. 53, check 53.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. Carr now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man left. 4
Now Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, Carr going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely...
They've got his man complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Sack. 54. And 80. 54. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Mike by 4. Mike by 4. Mike by 4. And 80. Fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They got
Darnold. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. So we have reached halftime with a top. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Rolling. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, dude. You can't block me.
To throw his Carr. Caught left side, Williams. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine. I'm coming.
Throwing now is Carr. Looking deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Well, they set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Lady, smooth. Here we go.
After the interception, here's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Brandon Copeland able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 7-yard line.
Now, 180. Check. Watch 54. You don't want this.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play that time for the Raiders, 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Avery Williamson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
54, right there.
From midfield, here's Carr. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I guarantee you, it's not very good.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Check. Lady. Check hot route.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north.
Go, son. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. Red 80. Go. Go. Check safety. Watch the twist.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Darian Conley, the one to bring him down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Go, son. 54. Mike, 54. Danny. Red 80. Check 3. Lady. Check 52.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Carr to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Henry Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a big run that time by Bell. 69 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They come out here in the eye. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Darnold taking it in. And the Jets will extend their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it has a...
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates.
Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We're good. 185. 57. Mike, 57. Let's go one more.
To throw again. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Man open left side is Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 43 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now Carr, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Carr going to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Carr now to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw, it's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. The end result, 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 2nd and goal. Carr to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it's 3rd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. Now Carr, and that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
Intended for Luke Wilson. Incomplete.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. A good move, but not much room to run. Brought down at the 5. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. Again, it's Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. Now Brown. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Who that?
Throwing to start the drive. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.